sweats, and I have dog hair on my shirt. Bum bum bum. Oh, here we are, guys. Welcome to Island Time Watch Review. I'm Chris. Quick review today: the GBX, the Casio GBX100, G-Shock's new watch. It's pretty cool. There are a lot of great reviews online that go more in depth about the menu systems and other features that this had, but I did want to do a quick review in the perspective of me, which is a novice watch collector, but also for the beginner who's looking for a G-Shock that would work for them. So yeah, let's go ahead and bring it on in, bring it up close, and talk about it. Let's do it. All right, guys, here we are, and I don't know if you guys can actually hear it. My heaters are actually going on. It's getting kind of cold here up in Seattle, but this is it. The Casio G-Shock GBX100-1, -1 being the black version. So I wanted to get this watch and kind of just talk to you guys about it and do a full review. This review is not going to actually cover a lot of the functionality, just because you can actually find that online pretty easily. I just wanted to talk about this specifically, as an everyday user, and your options if you're looking for a square kind of look, which I think, for me, being a newer G-Shock person, newer watch enthusiast in general, you kind of want that square look. Yeah, let's just go ahead and go over the normal specifications, though. This is actually a 50.9, I think, millimeter width, 46 lug to lug, which is, it's integrated, so it's kind of hard to really tell, but it's great. It's comfortable. And the thickness is 14.7 millimeters, and the weight, which I think is a really important thing with G-Shocks, is 66 grams. So yeah, it's a resin strap, stainless steel, and I like this a lot. Now, I haven't gotten to wear this a lot in the summertime. Obviously, it's fall, but yeah, this to me is really comfortable. It has these ventilation kind of holes here on the side, so it feels even lighter. Now, it is a bigger watch compared to the classic G squares, but yeah, it's super light. So that's a really important thing. Now, this also is shock resistant, 200 meter water resistant, and it has this cool LED. Look at this. Well, you can't even tell when it lights up because my lights are on here in the studio. Let me see if I can. Yeah, there you go. Really, really cool watch, and I've gotten to go over. I can throw you through the. Gosh, I'm not going to throw anybody, but I'm going to throw you guys through the modes here just so you can see it. Yeah, it's a little like some stopwatch action. Now important thing to note here is there's actually a Bluetooth connectivity here, and you can also set this up with your phone, an app on your phone to gauge how much distance you've walked and how quickly you've walked and all that stuff. Now, I don't want to take anything away from G-Shock. It's cool that they're pushing forward with this stuff, but to be completely honest, if you wanted to get this kind of functionality in an easier and more reliable package, I would definitely say that there are other solutions out there for wearables. Even the Apple Watch, and I know a lot of watch people don't like talking about that. The Apple Watch really integrates if you're an Apple user, and I forget the name of the other one, but yeah, there are definitely other things you can strap onto your wrist to do all this. And I don't want to negate what G-Shock is doing here, but I will say, don't get this watch if you really want to have that connectivity with your phone. It's not really an important piece. And for me, I got it set up on my phone, the location for the Tide portion, which I'll show you guys as well, just to understand where so this watch would know where my location is and all that. So you even get notifications here again for calls, texts, emails. But I'll say again, yeah, there are other solutions, wearables that are more useful. I'm also not the kind of person who wants to wear a wearable to notify me of emails. I get enough emails and calls and texts and stuff that it's put the phone down when I don't need it. And that's how I like to live my life. And with a watch like this, this wouldn't be my everyday piece. This is more like when I go out and I'm adventuring and want to wear something that's reliable and I have to think about it, that I can, get wet and whatever. So let's see here. I can also show you the display here. So now this is actually tracked my steps, but I don't ever use that. You have the UTC here, so you can see different time zones. And then if you click here, the lap button here, you get to see. Now this is more useful to me. Sun up, sun down. We're in Seattle. The night seems longer than ever before. And also, this is the cool thing, the tide. It shows you the tide too, and it still also shows you the sun up, sun down too. So I've actually used this watch. Let's see which one it was with this, because you can still, with this display, because you can still see the time and the date and everything you need. It just looks kind of cool, you know what I mean? And you can also see the sun up, sun down. So yeah, that's pretty much it. I don't even know why I did that. Okay, yeah, so that's pretty much it. Really cool watch. Really light, really comfortable. I will say another thing too. Now let me show you this. I found this annoying personally, but especially because, okay, so the strap is really nice. It's stainless steel here, and it goes right in, but it's a double prong, right? So the thing is with the keeper, now if you can see the keeper, you see those two dots right there? Those two dots are supposed to align in with another hole. And I found that, just having to do that, like putting it through and it getting caught and stuff like that, it just wasn't as simple as it needed to be, I thought. You know what I mean? That's just personally what I thought, especially with a double keeper. You know what I mean? Like these are going to hold it down pretty great. You don't need that extra bit. I mean, unless this is more designed, was aimed towards surfers, and I know a few surfers and they take some banging hits, man, under the water. So I'm sure that does help. For me personally, just my use, no. Yes, so let's go ahead and put it on the wrist. I'll show you guys what it looks like. Let's go. All right, here it is, guys. The GBX on my wrist. I have a 6¼ inch wrist. It looks pretty big on my wrist, I'll be honest, but it does feel really light. And that's the best part. Now, the only reason why I say it looks big is because I do have the classic 5610, and this one wears a lot smaller. Now, if you can notice with these two watches, I wanted to do a whole review comparing these, but I don't know. I just felt like I could just do the video and talk about my thoughts about it. I love this watch. Now, this thing, the GBX, it's got a battery life of supposedly 2 years. This guy is a tough solar watch, so it charges with the sun. But if you can notice, the big difference when wearing them is just this display, this new display that they have on the GBX is so crisp, and this older display is not. And while I'm on that topic here too, this is actually this new display. It's called MIP, Memory in Pixel LCD display. So it's supposed to be a new display from G-Shock that's just, for me personally, even at night, it's so legible. So like if you look at, see, I can still read this one angled out. Once you get to a certain level with this guy, it's just, but I don't know, this thing is so reliable, and it also does what you need. It has a multiband, so it'll know the time and your location. And to me, it's more reliable. If I had to pick one to go into the jungle with, which I don't have to do, but if I did, I would definitely choose this guy. That's the really big thing here too. It's like, which one would I rely on more? And I would definitely say this guy, because this one does have a replaceable battery, while this thing, it's tough solar. It can keep going and chugging along. And I've already brought it on a lot of trips, and it's done great. So yeah, I would say those are the big differences. Don't get this watch if first of all, if you have a small wrist like me and you're really kind of concerned about that. I think it wears fine for me because it is a sporty kind of watch. It does look a little bit bigger, especially because of that stainless, the metal bezel, compared to this. But also, don't get this watch if you're really want to get into the nitty gritty of the G-Shock app or anything like that, I would say get this watch if you want something really legible and you have no problems with replacing a battery every couple of years. Yeah, I mean that's what I would say. But if there's nothing to me it doesn't beat this because it's classic. The design's classic. Yeah, the display isn't great. I have been looking at other options in the 5600, the G-Shock Square line, and I was actually thinking about maybe even picking up the what's it called, the 5000-1. I'll put up a photo of it. It has a negative display and it's really nice. So maybe that's the one I'm looking for, because the only big drawback with this guy is really the display. It's not the easiest. Not the 5610 here is not. It's not easy to read. That's the only big problem. But you can read it. Just not as nice as this. Look how crispy that is. So and the shot I have here in the intro, or I can even show it here now. I took that shot late at night when I was getting to get some water, and I realized I had my watch on me, and it's so crispy. It was my living room, terrible lighting in there, and just bam. So there it is, guys. Just to reiterate, like this watch a lot. I do. I think the display is amazing. Don't get this watch if you need a fitness tracker of some kind. There are definitely better options. But yeah, for a lightweight, reliable watch, it's definitely up there. I do think that G-Shock makes other options that are more reliable, but this display is so legible. Hopefully one day G-Shock will kind of make this watch in a smaller size. I do have a smaller wrist, but I think for folks who have a bigger wrist, it's going to be great. So yeah, I hope you enjoyed that video, guys. I hope you like the new setup. It's pretty fun. I'll catch you guys next time, and yeah, I'm looking forward to doing another review.